Next, we will have a very interesting discussion, and the speakers will raise opinions on the topic called Sounds Good. An enlightening panel discussion about how audio advertising can help brands drive effectiveness. Distinguished industry leaders and experts will dissect the evolving landscape of audio advertising and share their experiences and insights into crafting unique sound identities for brands, employing effective voiceovers, and harnessing the psychological impact of sound. By delving into real-world case studies and showcasing the measurement of audio campaign success, this discussion will equip attendees with actionable strategies. Furthermore, the panel will explore emerging trends and transformative power of audio in the marketing, shedding light on the path forward in this dynamic and influential facet of branding. Ladies and gentlemen, please let us all welcome on stage Mr. Thwequist, CEO Decision Lab. Hi again, welcome. Mr. Long Nguyen, co-founder and COO Lava Digital Group. And we have Mr. Sudarshan Saha, Managing Director, Essence Mediacom. Yeah, there you are. Over to you.
Hello? Okay. Hello? So, one of the fun things about this session is there are prizes for the participants. What are the prizes? The prizes for the participant, there will be a contest end of this 30-minute panel. And the prizes for the participant is Spotify premium accounts. Wow. Okay? So that's for enticement. Initially, the light in the room was very low. So I told them that, yeah, it's a panel about audio, and we can listen to it by eyes closed. But there are some very hard facts on research, which we will also show today. And one of the reasons why Thue is there from Decision Lab. And we will go through some of the very important aspects of audio advertising and how you can get helpful real-life tips to make use of audio advertising for your campaigns. Okay? So going ahead, I'm going to play a clip, video clip. It's a 35-second clip. Have a look and have a hear.
Have you tried Wheaties? They're whole wheat with all of the bran. Won't you try Wheaties? For wheat is the best food of man. They're crispy and crunchy the whole year through. The kiddies never tire of them, and neither will you. So just buy Wheaties, the best breakfast food in the land.
Supposedly, in the modern times, this is the first audio jingle. This audio jingle played in the year 1926. And it was, as it said, it was not recorded. Every day, these people used to perform live. How the world has changed from then. So, okay. Let me go.
Lên grab food thôi.
Okay. Initially, we had a section of how Grab uses audio ads. We'll skip this because the speaker from Grab had flu and could not make it, unfortunately. So we'll just skip that Grab part. But we will have a few slides of research presentation on audio advertising, which we have, Decision Lab has run. And these are very, very powerful data pointers on the impact of audio advertising. And for the first time, it is available in Vietnam. So all the more, it is very powerful. So over the next few minutes, please let Thue present these slides. Thue. Yeah, the center green, big one. Yep. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Okay, and thanks to MMA for setting this up and inviting us up.
up here. Can you all hear me? You can take the mic closer to it. Yes? Is it all right now? No. Maybe you can use it, no? All right. Yes, I think that's better. All right, so I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the research within audio, and it is quite interesting because we are in a country where audio is the new thing. In many other countries, this has been where it all started and one of the basic instruments in advertising. So we were asked by good partners at Lava and Spotify to look further into how the Vietnamese are taking down audio, because there has been a lot of research all around the world, and I think both Lava and Spotify has been very good at showing a lot of this research. There are interesting things on how what is the attention you have towards audio, how are ads taken down, but we really want to see something in Vietnam to see if it's the same happening in this market, if you can apply it in your campaigns. And I think first thing we want to look at here, maybe the first message I have to you guys, is that music and sound really makes an impact in people's lives. And it puts us in different moods, but we also listen to different kinds of music depending on the mood or the scenario, whether it's you're at a party, you are reading, you're working, you're dining, or maybe even loving. It's a different playlist for everything. And this is quite important when you start looking at advertising in this space, because you're used to a lot of kind of segmentation, but here you can actually segment users by the mood, by the use case, and get closer to them. And I think overall, what is important to remember is that we are all bombarded with a lot of visual elements every day, and our guardrails are in general up. And in a market like Vietnam, that's an increasing tendency. And what you have when you start advertising through sound, through smells, other things, is that people's guardrails are to a higher extent down. And I think you will see a lot of that through brand lift studies after your campaigns. But if we just look at what the Vietnamese are saying and what are their top perceptions of music advertising platforms, it is basically centered around that it makes me remember the advertised content better. It captures attention towards the brand. It helps me recall brand names better. These are, of course, people's recall, so you'll need to wait to see for the brand lifts to see what is the actual impact. But I think still it's quite interesting that these are coming up as top choices for consumers. Now, when you walk down this path of audio advertising, I think it's really important to consider customization here. So customization is going to be really important. First of all, because you need to be empathic to people's situation. They may be at a party and they don't want their playlist to be disrupted with an annoying message. They might be reading a book and suddenly there's a very loud message coming through with a discount offer for something. They might be putting their kids to bed at night and suddenly you're shouting a message out in the room and kids are awake again. So really understand the situation that listeners are in, but also consider that this is something that where you will get a positive response from the listeners. And you see here, some of the stats we're bringing out. 61% consumers will recall the ads better, etc. So these are really benefits you can get out if you try and customize the message and you try and customize to the mood. I think one of the things that's interesting when we then try and break down Spotify towards some of the other platforms that we've been used to in Vietnam is that what we're seeing from the answers from consumers is really that Spotify has been taking the personalization to a next level.
So they are really becoming the leading platform in terms of offering meaningful customization to listeners. So I think have this in mind when you plan campaigns, together a little bit with the concept that Spotify is generally presumed to be a little bit more premium than other platforms, so it can lend a little bit of that premiumness to your brand when you do the advertising. So these are just a few pointers from the study we're doing. And I would really suggest you to just click the QR code. There is a form from Lava where you can sign up for the pre-read or for the full report.
The full report.
That is coming out very soon. Thank you.
Tue, while you presented, facts and figures about the current soundscape around audio advertising, growing up from childhood, young days, you're still young, but growing up, do you have any fond memory of anything audio related which you want to share with the audience here?
Yes, I think when you asked me the other day to try and recall, I think a lot of it goes back to great jingles, right? And mostly actually American brands in my home country, Denmark, whether it's McDonald's or Coca-Cola or others, really using the jingle as something that they could capture from their TV campaign and then bring on to audio, where it really made you recall the campaign or your feeling about the brand. But I think the one thing that I wanted to mention from Coca-Cola was in my teenage years, every time going to the cinema, then Coca-Cola had bought this like 3-second spot where you would hear the sound of the Coke bottle being opened and the Coke being poured. And I think, just it comes back to the genius branding of Coca-Cola, but just the fact that you can recall the whole brand just from the sound of the bottle opening and that pouring, and everyone was sitting thirsty in the cinema and really wanted to quench that thirst.
That association.
Yeah.
What about you, Anlong? Anything from Vietnam perspective, young days, audio?
Yeah, I don't think we had a lot of audio ad when I was young, like 2019, 2000, early 2000. Not in the audio, mainly in the video when I come here for the university. And then a few days I checked, and then I remember the brand I remember the most is the OK, the condom. So I said, OK, church, OK is the church, and church is OK. And the second one is the Ajinomoto.
Ajinomoto?
Yeah, vòng quanh thế giới, Ajinomoto. It's everywhere in the television, and then so we remember.
Yeah, when I was a young kid in India, on radio, I remember two things. One was listening to football commentary, like football was still very popular there, and afternoon when I would be studying, preparing my homework, I'll also be listening to football commentaries. And the other one I remembered was in the evening, there'd be a music show, which was sponsored by a toothpaste. And for 20 years of growing up, that toothpaste brand name was always associated with the show name because they did not change anything for 20 years. And that's one of the thing is, building brands by association. And I think sometimes marketers get fidgety about change, but actually consumers don't have the same perception. So we need not change things if they are, building over a period of time. And I can still hum, like you can hum Ajinomoto, and I'm sure you can hum something from Coca-Cola back in Denmark days. I can still hum that toothpaste, jingle, just because I just have listened to it so much. And of course, the brand does not exist anymore. But if the brand existed, every time I would see the brand, it will give a lot of warm associations, which is related to childhood memory, nostalgia, warm feeling, So it's not just the music. I always felt that things where you are only concentrating one particular sense has deeper association. And that's why when I see the research reports, that the amount of brand lifts, audio campaign can give, which a video campaign cannot. As a media analyst, my mind goes to this thought that perhaps when people are listening to any audio channel, they're listening on a repetitive mode. Again and again and again and again and again. You have that, you listen to music on your commute, or you're listening to music during work, or you're listening to music just before going to bed. But it is a habit. And when the ad appears again and again and again and again and again, around the same time and the same jingle, the association building through one sense has a much more deeper and meaningful impact. And that's why I'll come to Anlong, because he is going to share some use case of a research for a particular brand he has done. So, sorry. Yeah, please.
One quick point, because I think now the jingle I was mentioning, or the sound was from cinema, right? And I think one of the reasons why I have a little bit difficulty remembering something from radio was because most of the ads were not that good. Oh, yeah. But there is a point to that what we had on radio was a lot of smaller companies advertising. Because even that time, radio has been something where you could target either radio for young people, regional radio stations, and the production costs were not so high. So I think it has also really been a strong platform in my home country where you could quickly create ads. It could be for schools, for the chain of gyms, or things like that. You can easily come up with a promotion. And I think also some of the studies that I see around what we do today with podcasts and things like that is really that when you then integrate it in, like some of my favorite nerdy podcasts, right? They will then have a collaboration with maybe one, meal preparation box or something like that. But where they integrate it, and it's not an ad, it's actually the host speaking about the product and their experience with it, and that has a tendency to really work.
Over to you, sir.
Yeah. So normally when we do a certain amount with the campaign, right, to do a certain reach. So, for example, normally the campaign will reach about 60% of the audience reach, because in the audio ad we can have the number of the size of the audience, and then with the particular targeting, with the timeline, with the geography, right? So we can have the maximum reach and then reach 60%. And then with this campaign, right, we do the brand lift survey after the campaign, and we see the tagline recall increase a lot. It increased a lot. It increased 50%, 55, yeah, the 55 of the point, right? So for the brand awareness, it's a big, because this brand is already very aware in the market, right? And then with the brand association, so we see brand association and usage content, we increase 10 point, 10, 15 point. So it's a very big impact. Even the brand that run the campaign in the mass media medium like Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube, right? But the size of the Spotify is very small, quite small compared to other. But it's a very new set of the audience, and then when they put the investment in the Spotify, we see the significant increasing of the brand lift. Yep. So normally we have a lot of report. We have a lot of data from global and regional. Spotify, they have the sonic science. It takes 2 times and then in 3 years already. So they have the science, the kind of neuro marketing research company in US. They put the head and then scan the brand image, and then they see, okay, what is the ad impact in which area of the audience, right? And then so we have the control net. You see what is the move, what is the behavior of the one particular group of the audience. For example, Gen Z, what they hear, what they looking for the artist in the song, is the control net, but it's the global and regional. In Vietnam, so we have the localized with Decision Lab. We have the only in Vietnam, right? We have the data AI to provide which platform is the most popular for the audio streaming. For example, we have Zing MP3 is the biggest of the number of active users, but in terms of the average daily, every time they consume So Spotify become number one. Somewhere in the middle is the nhạc của tôi NCT, for example. So we have that kind of in the country level, and then we have the global web index for the country level, right? But that's just it's not the really, it's just inside of the market, not the inside of the brand, of the campaign, right? So coming to the campaign, we try to have the brand lip survey, BLS. So we have the better understand, better performance, to prove performance for the brand who invest the money.
I have a small suggestion. Maybe we can put the 3 chairs down because each of the slides are very important. So we are coming in between. Yeah, there's more light also. So yeah. Now you can see us and see the slides together. Okay. So because on the go opportunities. So one of the things which you have seen across most marketing forums is that it is fashionable to talk about AI. So we will also talk about AI because it's fashionable. So, but this AI part, when Anlong explains, you'll understand that you are already using it in some form or other. So let us share what we mean. Sir.
Yep.
So shall I play the video first or you speak first?
Let me speak first. Yeah. So coming to the AI, right? The Spotify is 2 points very important for Spotify to enter the market and compete with the biggest player in Apple Music at that time, about more than 10 years ago, right? So this is a streaming technology. You click the button, you hear the sound right away. It's not easy in 2006, 2008, right? That's the first one, and then they win the market. Europe first, and then go into the US. And the second one, they invest into the AI to personalize the song for the user. Before you go to the Apple Music, you scroll down, you search for the artist, search for the song, you download, and then you listen. But with Spotify, the pioneer in the market, they recommend the song for the audience, for the listener. They recommend the weekly discover for one listener. They have the daily mix for each one, right? So very early, they buy the company called the Econest in 2014 to do the, how can I say, the music analysis company to help them to have the personalization. And then 2 years ago, they bought another company to have the voice, AI voice.
They'll be more interested in knowing how it impacts their life.
Yes.
So let's play. I'll just play a little bit of this. You'll get what it means.
Next, I got Steve Lacy, who hails from Compton. He started his career as a member of the band The Internet. Then in 2017, Steve's first solo track, Dark Red, was added to Spotify's Fresh Finds playlist. Since then, his catalog spans across a range of genres from bedroom pop to rock, and he recently won a Grammy for Best Progressive.
Spotify is using AI to create a DJ who does not exist. So based on your playlist, whichever is your playlist, you select, which is very, customized, right? Everyone has a different song list. But the DJ will come in between songs, pick up the notes associated with the song, and talk about it as if it's a live DJ playing your playlist. How beautiful, right? And this is really the smart use of AI tech to make the experience of listening to music similar to how it used to be in the old world. Okay, I should not talk about the old world in a beautiful way, but yeah, a lot of you may not have seen that old world. But I mean, this is a very beautiful case, and I mean, of course, we know that AI recommends song based on algorithm and all, but the use of voice to convert it into a DJ is a very smart one, according to me. How otherwise audio and Spotify works better, sir? Anlong, if you would want to explain this.
So we back to the first video, to the first 2 videos of the episode, right? So we had a long time ago, and then recently, what the difference? So we see the audio and the radio. So before we had a radio, we don't have the option. We don't select the song. We cannot, right? So it's talking about the analytic. So in terms of the analytic, when the advertiser, they put the ad in the radio, they just roughly estimate the number of the audience listening, right? In the for 1 AM or FM channel. And then they don't know any other thing. Yeah. But with audio, so we know better. We know better, right? We have for example, with the Spotify, you need to log in to listen to the music. Otherwise, you cannot, right? So they have the demographic data. You have the behavior data one by one. Right? Data analytics, and then the targeting. So with that data, so the advertiser can know the impact right away after they run the ad, right? So how many audience in from 18 to 25 female listening the ad in Ho Chi Minh City, for example, and then they can optimize right away. And particular with the context, so in the context, they put more information. So I love cardio playlist for the morning exercise, right? So what kind of the product will fit into the cardio playlist with a high, big, very fast, very lounge, right? So the context, so the more context, so the targeting the ad in the right moment, in the right content, in the right mood, in the right time, it much better, it creates much better engagement, and then the ad recall for the ad compared to the radio one.
No conference discussion is complete without showing some case studies. So this is one of my favorites. Why I chose this case study, because there will be a lot of audio case studies, of course, right, across the world. But I mean, audio can solve a brand problem, can build brands, can build perception associations and all. But in this example, it is about something which is very meaningful. And what happens is, when you listen to that, you can close your eyes to listen to that because it's radio. When you listen to that, you can feel and you'll realize you're not sure what the brand is going for. So there is, in the storytelling, there is something which makes you curious till the end. Okay? So let me play. I hope the audio is okay. Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, hello, Cedric.
I once handed back an unopened jar of mayonnaise.
You're still a man, Cedric.
I YouTubed how to change a light bulb.
You're a man.
I took a microwave on a camping trip.
You're still a man.
Watching synchronized swimming, it really calms me.
Man.
I like my eyebrows tidy.
Yes, you do. And you are still a man.
I work out in the colored weights section.
Well, men can do that.
Sports is gross.
Still a man.
My nipples are sensitive.
Mine too. Man.
I don't high five. You know, germs.
I know. Still a man.
I walk.
Yes?
Speed walk.
Speed walking.
Uh-huh.
With the hips thing.
Yep.
Ah, still a man. The fully loaded man meal from KFC for every kind of man.
I love you.
I love you too, man.
This is the power of audio. You know, and the storytelling, because entire it's a 1 minute ad. And you cannot feel that it's content, right? And there is no brand, but when the brand comes in at the end, the message is delivered so beautifully and so impactfully. And because of the treatment of the audio, please remember, this is an audio ad, right? It's a conversation between two people. But they made the sound so nice that, like how Thue was saying, irrespective of the day part in which you are listening to the ad, early morning, during work, evening, it still kind of soothes, in a soothing way, it sets into the, you know, the overall place, because it is an interruption, right? So I love this ad. And so now we will have some fun. And given we have very less people, the more chances of winning for you. So there are, So there are few audio clips I'll play. okay? And you have to guess the answer. Are you ready? So you don't have to do the, survey monkey or what is that? Kahoot. There is no Kahoot, okay? It's a small cozy room. So if you get the answer, you have to shout. And the first person getting the answer and shouts, the prize is a Spotify premium account. Clear? Are you ready? Okay. So I'll play the first audio clip. You have to guess this audio clip is from which movie. Are you ready? Here you go. I'll give you a clue also, if you cannot hit the right note. Okay, let's go again. Sorry, oh, she already has the answer. Yeah, what is? Go ahead. Almost there, but should I give it away?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think also choose, because it's a collaborative winner, but there is only one prize. So who is the... What else do you guys share? Other than a Spotify account. Okay. Okay. So this is a clip, audio clip. This is a soundtrack. This is a soundtrack from... Yeah, this is a soundtrack from an Oscar-winning movie from this year. It's on Netflix also. It's a Netflix production. It's called All Quiet on the Western Front. It's a war movie, and this entire soundtrack plays throughout the war because it's about the pain of 4 young kids forced into the war. It's a very beautiful movie. If you have not watched, please watch it. It's on Netflix. And when you finish watching the movie, this sound will be with you. It's a tragic movie, like every war movie, but tragic for different reasons. Yeah, being a music fanatic or someone who loves sound, because I've spent few years in the music industry, I can tell you, I saw all the making of videos and how the sound came up and da. If you're also interested in music production sound, just go to YouTube and watch those videos. It's fascinating how they came up with this sound and stuff like that. Over to the next one. This will be much easier. Here we go. If you cannot answer, it'll make me very sad. Can
we Shazam it?
No. So, yeah. Seriously, no one can get it? Because, of course, I've cut it off right at the place where the song comes. And it is from, again, a soundtrack from a movie. Come on. Really? Really? I can play it again, of course. Of course, then I can sing that song also. But yeah, let's go. Come on, girls. I mean, you guys are really young. I keep the prize. You know, as a music lover, you feel disappointed, right? That. So this is from, you know, Emva Trin, the autobiographical autobiographical film on Trinconson. Emva Trin. Yeah. And throughout the movie, they play this because, you know, Trinconson, his most favorite composition is Dim Zua. So just when I cut off is where the Dim Zua track comes on to play. But I really thought that you can guess from the piano notes that it is the build-up to that song. I have very high expectations. Okay, let's move to the next one. Oh my God, now I'm... Okay.
The next one is Blackpink.
No, let's do Blackpink. So I think let's go here, but yeah, I mean, this is also Vietnamese movie. Vietnamese movie, but the composer is a foreigner. Yes. No, you have to tell me the name of the movie. Shout. Name of the movie. Yes. Ah. Yes. The name of the movie is Dreamy Eyes, Mat Bik. I think Mat Bik is also one of the most beautiful original soundtracks in Vietnam. And sir, I'll give you all these movies. You should watch it, of course, because I mean, not too many good musical movies are there in Vietnam, so this is one of them. So going on to the next one. This is very easy. Very, very, very easy. Okay, here you go. Name of the movie. Okay. Yes, of course, he was the first one. Go for it. Now I think Blackpink would have been really the... Okay, and the last one. Are you ready for the last one? This is a trick question. I'm going to play a song which is extremely popular. You have to name the brand which used this song in their commercial. Are you ready? I'll play the music. You'll have to tell me the name of the brand which has played this song in their advertising. Vietnamese song. One of my favorite musicians. Shout the name of the brand. Yes. Yeah. So Pepsi is the brand. But she gave the answer first. Yeah. So you know Famman Quinn, right? It is his legendary song about homecoming, and which was released during COVID times, and it became very popular. I think it's one of the best Vietnamese music compositions. So if you don't know, okay, so at least some people know. So that makes me, okay. So I think we are run out of time. Before we end, hey, prize. Yeah. So at least now they have 2 answers right. So the gentlemen don't have to share, amongst other things, the Spotify account. So yeah. But I also feel that the Pepsi TET campaign, which uses this music, you know, Pepsi is not my brand. I work in media, come for Coke. But I think that Pepsi campaign for TET was the best TET campaign this year, hands down. And one of the most influencing factors to make that the best TET campaign was the way they used this song. And they integrated, so they not only used the music, but the original music was about homecoming, and TET is about homecoming, and they show Vietnamese people stuck abroad, not able to come home, and beautiful integration. So music is not just a backtrack or a track laid, but it is like completely integrated. So they use the residual memory and emotions of that music. When they release the song, they did not have to start from scratch. the consumer already had the residual memory and emotions associated with that song, which carried over on that brand. Okay? And this is a 1-minute video, and this is our last slide, timeout. This is a beautiful, beautiful case study. We gun for millions of impressions to become successful, but this case study won a Cannes, and it only served 14 impressions. Usually we talk about small impressions when we have fumbled on brand safety with Vietnam government. But in this case, just 14 impressions and a winner, 1-minute video, please watch.
We have unique insight into our listeners' true taste and musical sweet spots. And because CMOs use our platform, just like millions of our listeners, we were able to create something unique to them.
Well, let me get this straight. You want to speak to CMOs by writing original songs about them based on the data that you pulled on them. And I said, sounds like a great idea.
Rachel Ferdinando, Chris like a Doritos, CMO of Frito. She's the marketing lead of Casey. Z-E-N-A. Brad, roots in Hawaii from the West Coast. Brad, he'll hit and play you in a dance off. CMO, baby. Rachel Ferdinando.
Thank you.
Wow, that was a fabulous presentation. Guys, they deserve another round of applause, please. Extremely engaging and